Donald Trump says he's got $12 trillion in investment promised for inside the United States from U.S. companies as well as foreign companies. That should take care of our unemployment, should it not?
I certainly think so. I think it's amazing news, and I think if you think through the logic of tariffs, it's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, you think about when what companies have been doing for the last 50 years is they've been offshoring production abroad. There's been over 2 trillion, for example, $2 trillion worth of foreign direct investment that went into China, which ought to have went into America. On top of that, the indirect investment, this is the profits from the trade deficit. Over $25 trillion has flowed out of America through these trade deficits since 1974. All of that could have been used to build up this country. So, when we have $9, $10 trillion worth of domestic investment promised, I'm certainly not surprised, and I think it's going to go up.
Well, for the last 25 or 30 years, I've been continually frustrated by the number of U.S. companies that have gone outside our country for its manufacturing. And I just kind of wrung my hands and assumed that that's the way it was. And there was nothing that we could do about it. And then Donald Trump comes back into office for the second time and says, well, we're just going to tariff the hell out of our trading partners that are taking advantage of them, taking advantage of us. And it's like a light bulb went off. Like, duh, why hadn't anybody else thought of that before? We could have stopped this fleeing of American companies a long time ago had we had a backbone and the resolve to do it.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And you have to remember, every other country has been tariffing America this whole time. America is really the only country that sort of embraced this loopy idea of global free trade. And you got to wonder, I mean, how can we have free trade with the Communist Party of China? It's an oxymoron. It obviously doesn't make any sense. And if we just zero in on China, for example, China joined the World Trade Organization in 2001. Since then, they've broken every agreement and every deal that they've signed, every commitment they said they would do, they haven't done it. As a result, approximately depending on inflation rates, about $9 trillion worth of intellectual property has been stolen by China since 2000. The net trade deficit with them is about $7 trillion. 60,000 factories have closed, 5 million manufacturing jobs have been lost. And all of this was done on this pretense that we're going to get cheap Chinese goods. Well, I'll tell you what, the goods aren't so cheap when you don't have a job.